Welcome back to day 2 here at the 2024 Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Columbus, Ohio. We are at Nationwide Arena and the men's short program is about to get started. I am one of your hosts, Ashley Wagner, 3-time U.S. national champion.
And I'm not a 3-time U.S. national champion, but I am Adam Rippon, and I am going to be one of your other hosts.
And you also are a national champion.
That is true. Thank you for the boost.
I won't let you forget. As you see, the first group of men about to get started here, and the 2024 U.S. Championships serve as the final qualifying event prior to the selection of the 2024 World Senior Team as well as the World Junior Team. And typically, this event also is a qualifying event for the World Championships, but not this time due to scheduling. The U.S. team for 4 continents, which will be next week in Shanghai, has already been selected. You see our skate order for Group 1. And some really exciting names in this first group. Some returns to nationalize. We have Group 2. And finishing off, we have Group 3, and the men that you are really coming to this event to watch: Ilia Malinin, quad god in this group. We have Jason Brown.
Actually, it's a really exciting group. You know, I think we're going to see a lot of quads in this event. Even in this first warm-up, we have Daniel Samohin, who this is his first time competing at the U.S. Championships, but he is a very experienced international skater. He formerly competed for Israel. He's a World Junior Champion. He's been to the World Championships. He's been to the Olympics. And I'm really excited to see Yaroslav again.
Oh,
you know,
I love Yaro.
You know, he's coming off an injury. Last year, he was coming off an injury. This year, he seems to just be really focused. He seems to be in great shape. It seems to be like the old Yaro that we saw from a few years ago.
Do you remember that breakthrough performance he had in Vegas? Yaro on your screen now. Such a ham. So fun to watch him skate. Really great at emoting, so it's going to be a fun short program from him. Can't wait to see what he puts out. The first group of men taking the ice now for their 6-minute warm-up.
Samohin, Yaroslav Paniot, Goku Ando, Mindra, Klein, Competitors, your warm begins now.
All right, well, let's talk about what we're expecting to see in this group. We mentioned Yaro, we mentioned Daniel.
You know, also in this group, I am really looking forward to seeing Sam Mindra. Last year, he had such a great free skate.
Yes.
You know, I talked to him earlier this week, and he said that he has had a little bit of an ankle injury, and so he's going to have to downgrade his programs just a little bit, but he's such a big performer that, you know, I'm still really looking forward to seeing what he does. He does not have a triple-triple planned in his short program, but he's still such an entertaining person.
Yes, absolutely. On your screen now, we have Daniel Samohin. His hometown, San Diego, but he was born in Tel Aviv, Israel. He competed for Israel for a few seasons, making his return back to the U.S. And this would be Yaroslav Paniot. Actually, Adam, you and I trained with Yaro for a while.
Yeah, we did. We actually trained with Yaro when he first moved to the U.S. He was still skating for Ukraine at the time. And, you know, he was a really young kid, but tons of potential. When Yaro is out here and he is doing all of these quadruple jumps, I mean, they're enormous, Ashley. Like, they're so, so big. I think sometimes Yaro can really kind of stalk these jumps.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of time of just doing nothing in the prep, and I think that can sometimes hurt his score. But if you land the jumps, you get the points.
You get the points. That is how it works. Next up, we have Goku Endo.
So those are Goku's coaches right there. You just saw them on the side of the board. That was Ivan Denev and Derek Delmore. Goku was 17th at these championships last year, but I really have to say in this season, you know, Goku's not going to be competing for a medal here.
No.
But, no.
No.
But what I have seen, I've seen more confidence in him. I think, you know, last year he really surprised himself with how well he did in the short program, and in the free skate, it just, you know, it felt like too much.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he's going to run into that issue this year. He just seems more mature. I think he's really going to have a much better experience here at the U.S. Championships.
I agree. And actually, right before, he just wrapped up his warm-up off the ice, and he came up to Adam and I in our booth and pulled out his phone and showed us a picture, and it had to have been 2012, and Goku was a young kid and took a picture.
I mean, he's a baby. He showed us this picture, and I was like, okay, great.
Who's that kid?
Who are we with? And it was him. I was like, what? I can't believe that. It doesn't seem right, but
No.
it was right.
Absolutely incredible. And on your screen now, you have Samuel Mindra.
So, like I said, I talked to Sam earlier this week, and he did say that he is coming off of an injury. He hasn't had that much time to train. He's going to have to change his program around so that he can, you know, get out here and compete. You know, that's his main goal.
Yeah, they actually considered withdrawing from this event due to this injury. So this is really just going to be about going out, getting experience on the senior stage, playing smart. He knows that he's not in medal contention here. He has no quad planned, and so really it's just going out onto that competitive ice and checking off every element that you can.
You know, and that injury is on his left foot. And so what he told me was that he was doing a combination jump. He did the first jump, he toed in with his left foot, and just the foot twisted.
Oh.
And so what he has had to do, he's had to change a few things around. He said that it really still bothers him to do a triple toe. So when you see his combination jump, look for that double toe at the end. It's going to be planned, it's going to be big, and it should be beautiful. And on your screen right now, this is Joseph Klein. Ashley,
He's such a gorgeous skater.
I know, he is. You know, he really reminds me of Josh Ferris.
Yes, I think that is such a good read. He is coming into this. He was the 2021 U.S. Junior Silver medalist and just a beautiful skater all around. That's really what makes him stand out. He's skating to Underground by Cody Fry. Last year, he skated to another Cody Fry song, and he just really loved the way this song played out on the ice, the big sweeping movement. So it's a great fit for him. He's not going to put out the most technically demanding program. That being said, he's going to be stunning to watch. And finishing off, we have Will Anise on your screen.
I mean, stepping out of a really nice quadruple toe attempt. You know, I've been watching him practice. I haven't seen a lot of clean quadruple toes, but, you know, I really think that he's going to go for it. He can be a bit wild, Ashley.
Yeah.
But I love a good wild skater.
You love not knowing exactly what's going to
I don't
happen.
want to know exactly what's going on.
Keeps you on your toes.
And that's what I want to be here, on
your
my toes.
And you know what? Some of these skaters also want to be on their toes.
They do.
But see, that's a perfect example right there. Just a lot of force going into that triple axel, kind of heaving himself up into the air instead of letting the jump just ride through all the way off of that toe kick. And when you really start to swing things, it gets very difficult to have control on the way out. And especially with these quads and watching these men, you are going to see where people's technique shines through or holds them back. Because for quads, you need so much power and force. And I'm saying that having never done a quad before in my life.
But you know what, Ashley?
But that's
you do.
what I would imagine.
You do need that power and the force, and you need that, especially here in a short program where every element matters.
Yeah, and in this men's short program, it is about the quads. It's absolutely about the triple-triple combinations, but more than anything, it's about standing up. You can win a national championship with a short program. First group of skaters working their way off the ice now, and this men's short program is about to get started.
Competing on behalf of the Skating Club of Boston, let's welcome Daniel Samohin.
He's making his senior debut here at the U.S. Championships. He is the 2016 World Junior Champion, formerly competing for Israel. This is the 25-year-old from San Diego, California. This is Daniel Samohin.
This becomes a disastrous program. So let's kind of break down what happened. He had a planned quad toe, which he ended up popping into a triple toe. And a lot of these combinations that you're going to see the men completing are triplets, triple toe, triple flip, triple toe, quad toe, triple toe. But
yeah, so what's the big deal, right?
Right, what's the big deal? But you cannot repeat the same element in a short program. So now that he's done 2 triple toes, that second triple toe, completely invalid. His combination was a triplets, triple toe. He should be getting over 10 points for that combination, but because he did a completely invalid element, he's only receiving 4 points for it.
Yeah, and you know, he is lucky that they don't invalidate the entire element, and he is still going to get a few points for that. But it's a silly mistake, because right there he's just leaving 3 or 4 extra points on the table. This right here, this is the opening quadruple toe, and you could just see right here, just rushing the tap right there. Coming down on 2 feet, but really, it didn't disrupt the program at all. He could have kept going. He had a nice recovery here. This is the triple axel. You know, not really kicking that leg all the way through, but he can save the landing right here. And right here, this is the combination jump where really he should have been thinking on his feet. He should have been preparing to do just a triplets triple loop or a triplets double toe, but that triple toe right there is going to receive absolutely no credit.
And that's a really surprising mistake to make, because when you are training quad toes, you have to know that that's the risk you're going to run into. You have to be aware of that. I had never thought of this until we watched another skater make the same mistake, because I was never doing quad toes, so I never had to worry about repeating a jumping element in a program. And you mentioned this to me, and it just blows my mind. If you were training quad toe and then you go and make this mistake, it just means you're not thinking.
Well, you know, it's an unusual mistake, because I'll say that when usually a skater pops a quad toe, and when we say that it's a skater opens up on the rotation, normally they'll open it up into a double. And if they open it up into a double, there is issue with that, but they can still do that triple at the end of the combination. But when they do the triple, that's when they'll run into issues.
So it'll be 63.97 for Daniel Samohin to get this men's short program started here in Columbus. And hopefully moving into the free skate, he can keep those jumps rotated.
All-year figure skating club, here is Yaroslav Paniot.
Back on championship ice for the 5th time. Most of you might remember Yaro from his breakout season back in 2021, known for some serious charisma. The 26-year-old is originally from Odessa, Ukraine, was awarded citizenship in 2021, training out of Irvine, California. Here is Yaroslav Paniot. And just getting started right off the bat. Yaro is a serious jumper. He has a planned quad flip triple toe to start off the short program. Step another quad toe. Hangs on.
You know, actually, these quads are still worth a lot of points, so even just trying them, he's still going to really raise the base value of his technical content here in this program. So yes, the jumps aren't perfect, but he's staying on his feet, and sometimes that can be the name of the game.
And a little wild mistake there on that triple axel, popping it into a double axel.
Actually, unlike Daniel, that pop is not really going to hurt Yaro's score. You know, you are still allowed to do a double axel. Yes, it's, you know, lowered his base value, and now he's kind of broken even. You know, not doing that triple axel, but still having a few of those mistakes on the quad. So, you know, this has not been exactly what he's been looking for, but really, this is the moment that the audience is looking for.
You know, Adam, I really thought that this was just great for him to get out onto Nationals ice and skate through a short program, but I feel like he just skated through a short program. I spoke earlier about him being such a ham, and I was really excited about this program because usually he plays a bit more, he makes more faces, he's more committed to the character and the movement, and I don't feel like we saw that version of him today.
No, you know, I'll say this. I think Yaro's hamminess really comes out when he skates well. When he skates well, he's shaking the hips.
Yeah.
He's shimmying the shoulders.
He's winking the eye.
He's winking the eye. The finger guns are out.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
He does
Oh,
not
yeah.
hold back. But if the program isn't going well, he cannot hide it.
No, not at all. And he did say that he feels like he's coming into this national championships with a bit of a chip on his shoulder after not receiving many international opportunities as of late. This was his opening quad flip, and I just felt like he looked a little wild, a little swingy. Watch his upper body dip down. He didn't have that control on the element, so he wasn't able to really carry that running edge out to get that triple combination.
And I think he just rushed the takeoff here right. You could see right there on the tap, the toe just slipping out a little bit, but he's so strong, he can save the jump. He's still getting the full credit for that quadruple toe.
But where he's not going to get full credit, so this was a planned triple axel. He ended up, timing-wise, getting up into the air and didn't have that quick snap that you want to start that triple axel rotation with. He ended up popping it into a double axel, so he only gets credit for the double axel, which isn't the most costly mistake, but score-wise, this is what we're looking for. So anywhere from 80 to 88 points, that's a really good score. 88 to 100, we're working our way into great. Phenomenal, 100 plus. We're not really expecting to see phenomenal scores from these first groups of men, but as we work later on towards Group 3, Ilia Malinin, we are expecting 100 plus. Jason Brown.
We can see 100 plus.
We can see 100 plus. So you will be seeing those kinds of scores in this event, but later on with more experienced men. So we need 63.98 to take the lead. And those quads are pulling through. It's going to be 70.30. That'll be good enough for first place currently.
On the ice now, and representing the Los Angeles Figure Skating Club, let's welcome Goku Ando.
He is the 2018 U.S. Novice Champion. This is his second appearance at the U.S. Championships. He wants to improve upon his placement last year where he was 17th. This is the junior from UCLA, 20 years old, Goku Endo. Goku is flying across the ice. So much ice coverage. This is a phenomenal skate. This is a dream skate to have at the U.S. Championships.
Yes. I shouldn't be clapping, but I'm clapping. That was phenomenal. And this is what I love about figure skating as a sport. The quads are really exciting, and I love seeing them. I love seeing them done well, but I don't need to see them to be entertained. Goku was fabulous today. His triple X triple toe, he was going so fast. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen him skate that fast.
I mean, Ashley, this is the best I've absolutely ever seen him skate. And for somebody who felt maybe a little over their head last season, I mean, I think in an event where, you know, anything can happen, a few messy skates from a few other competitors, and Goku could really surprise a few people after his placement here in the short.
Yes, absolutely. And he told us this year he felt like it's been one of his best seasons so far that he's ever experienced. And I mean, he's just continuing this here. He looked so calm, which I loved. He opened up with this triple axel. And, I mean, clean as a whistle.
Yeah, you know, Ashley, the technique, he's still a bit wild in the air. That triple axel isn't as solid as he wants it to be all the time. His air position a little bit open, but today it was the strength that pulled him through. The speed that pulled him through. He was completely focused throughout this entire routine. You can see right here, this last triple flip kept his focus, arms over the head. It was a fantastic performance.
Yeah, and you don't need quads to be entertaining. They really do help, and they really help with that score, but sometimes it's really about skating smart, especially in the short program. It's about standing up, and he's going to squeeze a lot of points out of this program, and I think we are going to see him go ahead of skaters who are competing quads, but doing it very messy.
Listen, Ashley, you do quads to get extra points, but if we look right now at his element sheet, Goku is getting a lot of extra points in the grade of execution of how well he's doing all of these elements. So for not doing quads, he's making up a lot of that point difference with the grade of execution. And in a competition, it's all about gaining points. It doesn't matter how you gain them, it's just that you gain them.
Yeah, you get them.
You need them.
Believe it or not, figure skating is about points.
It is.
But I mean, we're looking at his scores coming in right now, and every single element has a positive grade of execution. And so that's going to just add on to the base value of all of his elements. Those are those sneaky points that you want. I think this is going to go into first. Yep, so 80.11, that's good enough for first place, and so deserved so far. That's fantastic.
I mean, it was an 80.
That was an 80 program.
That was an 80 program. That was exactly what you want to see.
Officially in good.
Yeah, we are in good. We are good, Ashley. And so is Goku. Goku's pretty good, too.
Goku's great.
Taking the ice now from the Portland Ice Skating Club, here is Samuel Mindra.
He's making his second appearance as a senior here at the U.S. Championships. He was 9th at this event last year. He was the 2021 U.S. Junior Bronze medalist, skating to a traditional Ukrainian folk song to honor his Ukrainian heritage. This is Samuel Mindra.
beautiful positions in
You
his
do
final
not
spin.
often see men pull themselves into any kind of grab like that, anything close to a Bielman, and you don't often see it done well. That was really, really nice. Technically, that is one of the lower value programs that you are going to see here. He didn't compete a triple axel, no triple, and making that mistake on the combination is really gonna affect this score. He currently has the majority of his elements under review, but coming off of a pretty serious injury, he wasn't entirely sure if he was even going to compete here in Columbus. His team considered withdrawing a few days ago, but decided it was worth coming and gaining the experience.
We would love to have you join us for the Class of 2024 Hall of Fame reception taking place right here. Nationwide Week is coming up tomorrow, Saturday, January 27th. It's going to lead off our Paris Free Skate. Limited tickets are available. It's be a fantastic night for skating games. You can scan up on the video right now. QR code.
Yeah, actually, for a lot of these skaters, just being here at Nationals is the goal. And I think that that was really important to Sam, that he was here, that he could compete. But yes, he did struggle with some of his elements, this being one of the better jumps, the triple loop. Nice height, a little losing control on some of that landing.
This is where he did find himself in a little bit of trouble. This triple lets that reach back, just really rushing that takeoff. He is going to receive an under rotation on that, and he needed that to be his combination. What is crucial, the rules are the rules here in the short program. You have to have one axle element, one triple by itself, and one triple in combination. And if you miss your first combination opportunity, you only have one more jump to get that combo off of. But moments like this are what I love about Sam skating. I think his choreography is always so unique and interesting. I love watching his programs, and if he could start to put together a little bit stronger of a technical program, he'd really, really shine.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, Ashley, he brings a lot to the table. I mean, I'm still thinking about that last flying camel spin. Like, the positions in that are just phenomenal. They're, you know, some of the best positions here in this entire event.
I mean, his spin positions really remind me of Jason's.
Yeah,
Jason
absolutely.
Brown is known for being a fabulous spinner, and I watch that, and it's that same kind of elegant flexibility. I couldn't do that right now. I couldn't do that when I was competing.
Yeah, well,
I
luckily,
wouldn't do that
nobody's
when I was
asking you to do it right now.
But we are asking him to do it.
Well, we are, and that's because
We know he can.
we know he can, exactly. You know, regardless of his skate, you know, we're always really happy to see Sam here, and I'm so happy that he did decide to compete.
Scores coming in now. It'll be 60.40, and that is good enough currently for fourth place.
Here to compete on behalf of the Skokie Valley Skating Club, let's welcome Joseph Klein.
On the ice now is the 2021 U.S. Junior Silver Medalist. This is his second appearance here at the U.S. Championships. He was 13th last year at this U.S. Championships, looking to better that. Here on the ice is 19-year-old Joseph Klein.
Joseph is another skater who does not have a planned quad. Instead, he is going after those clean elements.
Actually, he's been struggling with that triple axel in practice, but, you know, not a perfect landing, but I have to say this is one of the better attempts, so I think right now he's still in good shape.
a little tight on that triple loop to close out the jumping passes in the short.
Ashley, I just have to say that when Joe is skating, there's just something so light, so effervescent about his skating that, you know, even some of the mistakes here on the jumps is not taking away from the presentation of this program. He's just so charming.
Really cool cantilever.
What a lovely skate. You know, there are some technical issues here, but just the presence on the ice, the attention to detail, the way he listens to the music and performs to it, it's just, you can't help but keep your eyes on him, and you can't keep your eyes off him.
He's so musical, and he told us that last year when he skated to Ahira Symphony, it was one of his absolute favorite programs, and then when he heard his current program music, Underground, by the same artist, he found it while he was looking for songs that have the kind of the same vibe, and he just loved it. He could see the imagery that the artist provides with lyrics and musical production and wanted to bring all of that to life in his programs. He also was involved in choreographing his programs. He just has that musical knowledge, that artistic appreciation, and it makes him really easy to watch, even when he's not going out and competing the most technically difficult program. But little details like that where he really just listens to what the music is calling for.
Now, Ashley, this is the first jump in this program, the triple axel. Just not getting totally over his landing side, not able to control that landing. Yes, just a bit wild.
Here, his next jump, triple flip, triple toe. You know, it just didn't have the speed that I feel like he really needed to be able to carry that triple toe around. It was under review. He will receive full credit for that, but where he will run into some problems is this triple loop. It's going to receive an under rotation call. But the one thing that I loved, this cantilever, so cool, and that back flexibility.
Yeah, incredible. You know, that move, it is so cool, and actually, it is so difficult. I think if I were to do it, both of my kneecaps would explode off my body. And I want my kneecaps. I don't want them to explode off my body.
Well, Joseph famously does not have kneecaps.
No. You know, and Joe, he's just such a great skater out there. I am really excited to see what he does in the future. He's got a great coaching team. You know, Damon Allen on the right, Tammy Gamble on your left. You know, this season he told us that he did have some troubles with injuries. He sprained his right ankle pretty severely and partially tore 2 ligaments working on a quadruple sow. So, you know, he's really had to come back from that. And, you know, I really think that once he can get it all together, we're in for something really special.
So it will be 68.33 for Joseph Klein, putting him into 3rd place currently. And a great start for him here in Columbus.
He competes on behalf of the Skating Club of Boston. Let's welcome now Will Ennis.
The 2022 U.S. Junior Silver Medalist takes the ice next. Now a freshman at Boston University, he's looking to improve on his 15th place finish from last year in San Jose. points out there on the table today, but that being said, a solid showing for him. Not quite what he's capable of entirely, but something that he can be pretty happy with.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be upset with that first quadruple toe, but the triple axel he saved, you know, well, like I said, when we watch him in practice, he does some of these great elements, and sometimes it can just get so wild. So if he can just stay on his feet, like, you know, he was able to stay on his feet here, so I think for him, that is a victory.
Totally. He has so much power, and it just doesn't always work out with his technique. When you are going into elements with that kind of speed, with that kind of timing, and you don't really have the technical finesse that you need to control it, that's when it's really starting to become a guessing game about whether or not you're going to stand up on the element. And that's what I just feel like we saw today. He was just really wild and didn't have what he needed to control the exits of these elements.
Yeah, she's got some really lovely qualities to his skating, and like we said, the power is there, and it's
he's
so
flying.
impressive.
Look at this. He's going so
you can
fast.
see right here, just really rushing to get into rotation, not focusing enough on getting lift into the air to complete those 4 rotations. And right here on the axle, you can see just not getting that leg through absolutely enough to have a nice running edge on there. You know, not a disastrous mistake, but still not the landing that you're looking for.
No, and one thing I'm really noticing, his right side swings around so much with his technique, and it makes these landings almost over-rotated, and he doesn't have the strength to pull himself back to have that nice running edge. So he ran into some trouble today, left some points on the table. His quad toe is going to receive an under rotation. He's going to receive a 25% reduction in base value. So we'll see what the judges do with that. 63.17, so a disappointing start here. Not what he's capable of entirely, but it's a 2-part event and on to the free skate for Will. Here's a look at your current standings after the first warm-up here in Columbus at the men's short program. And Goku
Endo, really just the highlight of this first warm-up.
He was such a standout.
I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, he was 17th place last year at these U.S. Championships, and this year coming out really like he owned the whole dang place.
I mean, and he did.
He did.
Sitting in first place
I mean,
right now.
you know, he has an almost 10-point lead over everyone in that first warm-up, and like I said, I really think that Goku might surprise himself with how he finishes here in the short program.
Absolutely. No quad, and he didn't need it today. Group 2 on the ice now. And you might see a skater out on the ice with a camera. This is his camera angle now, but U.S. figure skating trying something new. We have a cameraman on the ice skating with these skaters during this part of the 6-minute warm-up. Then he jumps off the ice and then also hops on the ice for the skaters' bows at the end of their program. That is something that's never been done before and a really cool feature to this U.S. Championships.
I mean, it just gives it such a cool point of view to everybody watching at home.
All right, let's talk about this Group 2. A couple of standouts here that I'm excited about. Andrew Torgashev, or as Adam and I like to call him, Pizza King.
Yes, and we call him that because he told us that once he ate pizza every day for 50 days plus.
And not multiple pizzas, a full pizza once a day.
Yes, frozen from California Pizza Kitchen.
And he said he felt great.
Right, which if I did that, I think I would feel whatever the opposite of great is. Maybe bad.
You would feel like a California pizza.
But somebody who makes me feel good is Kovar. You know, this is his first U.S. senior national debut. I've been really impressed with the way that he's been skating in practice. I think his jumps, they're not very big, but they're tidy, they're nice, they're clean, and really, you know, in your first-year senior, the name of the game is just making a really good impression.
Wow, a tidy jumper. I don't feel like I've ever heard that, but that's a great way to describe him. He's reliable, he's gonna go out, get that rotation in. He won the junior men's title in 2022, and he's actually coached by his parents, but he has since added on Tammy Gamble to his team. So looking to really start to push the technical in his own skating. Up next, we have Michael Shay.
Now, Michael was at the U.S. Championships last year. He was 5th in junior, so this is also his senior debut.
He's a freshman at UC Berkeley studying data science and linguistics. And had a somewhat successful Junior Grand Prix season this year. He was 4th at the Junior Grand Prix in Japan. And here's Pizza King.
This is Pizza King. Now, Ashley, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Andrew Torgashev. Last year, he had a really breakthrough moment at the U.S. Championships.
Oh my God, he was fabulous.
He was fabulous. He was phenomenal. And not only did he have that breakthrough free skate, he actually won the free skate portion. He was ahead of Jason Brown and Ilia Malinin. He had just absolutely an amazing event. You know, he's coming into this event. I talked to his dad this morning, and he said that he has had an injury, and he's only really been training and jumping for the past 5 weeks.
And this is something that we see happen a lot with Andrew. He has really been injury prone over the seasons, and that's why we haven't gotten to see him as much as I feel like we deserve to, because I love his skating. When he nails the technical, he's a stunning
Look at those
skater.
jumps,
I mean, that
Ashley. I mean, they're
so
phenomenal, world class.
Absolutely. And then when you combine that with skating skills, he's a really unforgettable skater. We have Max Naumov on your screen now. And Max is actually coached by his parents as well, who are 2-time Olympians skating out of Russia, and they were the 1994 pairs champions, Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov.
Ashley, we both love watching Max skate, but what he really needs to focus on is the consistency. We really are looking to see a clean program from Max. Sometimes he adds things into his program that, you know, he's a little bit inconsistent with, but I would love to see a clean program from here, and I know we would all love to see him really live up to his potential.
He had a really successful national championships. Last year he was 4th, and he does have a quad sal planned here in the short program. But like you said, consistency, that's where we really run into problems. Here we have Tomoki Hiwatashi.
Now, Tomoki recently started training in Japan, and I really feel that that move has been something so good for him. You know, when I was talking to him earlier this week, it just seems like he's more mature. He seems more sure of himself. His training has been more consistent, and I think in this week that of the practices that we've seen, I've really been impressed with the improvements that he's made.
And Tomoki is a really interesting skater to watch. As you go through this short program, you see everyone do all their elements. They're all kind of on the same jumping pattern, and then you watch Tomoki and you're like, wait, what are you doing? He is a lefty skater. I am also a lefty skater, and he rotates the other direction. Now we have Daniel Martynov on your screen, a skater that is really starting to see some success, especially on the junior circuit this year.
Yeah, Ashley, on the Junior Grand Prix, he won one of his events, and it was a real breakthrough moment for him. He made and qualified for the Junior Grand Prix final.
Our next competitor represents the Wasatch Figure Skating Club. Here is Kovar.
He is the 2022 U.S. Junior Champion. The 17-year-old trains in Ogden, Utah. This is his senior nationals debut. He's coached by his parents, and he said his goal here is to finish in the top 10. This is Kai Kovar. He'll open this program with his most difficult jump, the triple axel.
Fantastic coverage across the ice.
Not a perfect program. His Lutz is going to be under review with that fall. So left some points out on the table today, but like you said, that was a really great recovery with that triple flip, triple toe. And I believe you said it was a beautiful, nice, tidy, nice, beautiful element for him, and I would agree, it was all of those things.
Yeah, and it was really important for me to kind of repeat a lot of the words that I said.
Just so you got it.
So that I remembered that I said all of them, because I thought it was nice, but I thought it was nice twice and beautiful twice. And so that's why I said it like that.
Only tidy once, though.
Well, it was only tidy once, yes, but it was beautiful twice and nice twice. It was nice, nice, beautiful, beautiful, tidy.
He told us that the strongest part of his skating are his jumps, and he feels like he has the most room to grow in the performance side of his skating, and I agree with that assessment. I think that this program was a solid program, but was it the most artistically challenging program? Not necessarily.
No, we're looking for more maturity from him, and I think he knows that. I think that's something he's going to be working on.
Actively working on it, and I think sometimes moving up from junior to senior, it is a huge leap. You just think about how the event feels. It feels completely different. You have the big lights, the big arena, the bigger crowd. You have the TV. You have us.
Exactly,
You're
and I mean, you're
pressure.
seeing right here in the jumps in that last triple Lutz just not getting enough lift. not the lift he's getting here on this triple flip. And just that beautiful, beautiful, nice, tidy air position, as I've been quoted by my colleague here, Ashley Wagner. And I stand by it, because when you have that beautiful air position, it just is, it's elegant. It's it's very refined. It's air position at the highest quality. You know, the jump's not very high, but when you can hit a rotation position like that, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. And I'm looking at his GOEs coming in right now. Everything is in the green with the exception of that ball on the triplets. It is going to get a Q, so it's right on the corner of rotation. No base value affected, but it does affect the score, 71.98. And that's good enough for second place. Goku is really holding on to this top spot.
I mean, Mr. Endo.
Here from the Skating Club of San Francisco, let's welcome Michael Shay.
Next on the ice, he is making his senior debut here in Columbus. He was 5th at the junior event last year. He's a freshman at UC Berkeley studying data science and linguistics. This is Michael Shay. He has no quad planned here, instead opting to be technically conservative, but has to skate clean. Starts off with a fantastic triple-triple combination.
Now on this next triple axel, he struggled a bit in practice, but the name of the game is if you can land it in competition, who cares what happens in practice?
A little short on that rotation and a really long run into that element.
You know, you can just tell he just did not want to do it. He was afraid to do that jump, really stalking it, slowing down.
And another unfortunate mistake there on that Lutz. Okay, but that's stunning.
Yeah, he has some really great qualities in his skating. The speed in these spins is just very, very impressive. Fantastic positions in this combination spin.
So the technical side of this program was not really a strong performance today, but I do just want to point out, we're going to talk about the spins here because the technical, not great. We're going to break it down. Although every single element in his program currently is under review, so when you are in the review box with the judges, it's not a place you want to be because that's where you start to lose points. Judges are going to be watching out for the cleanliness of your jumps, but also how long you're holding spin positions so that you can get those levels. and there's a technical panel that is only responsible for watching out for rotations and spin levels and footwork levels, and you want to stay out of the review box because that's where you start to lose points. But these spins were fabulous.
Yeah, the spins were fabulous, and Ashley, yes, that is right. You want to stay out of that review box because you want to be able to just do a clean program where the judges can start putting in their marks, it's over, and then that's done. But, you know, this is Michael's first U.S. Championships as a senior, and you get a little bit of those senior jitters. Even right here, you know, he's able to save this triple and put the triple toe on the end of that flip, even though the flip is not great. But right here with this triple axel, he is just slowing down, not pushing at all.
He's just waiting.
Yes, and even just throwing this jump right here in the corner, almost in a way to kind of hide it.
It reads really hesitant. And in that body language, you don't want to be so stiff going into these elements because it really affects just the way you run through a jump. As soon as you start to get tight, that's where you lose your tempo, your timing. But this is where he really stands out. And I do have to just say, his coaching team is really good at developing fantastic spinners. He also trains with Samuel Mindra, who we saw earlier on in this group, coached by the same team, and they clearly know what they're doing with the spins.
You know, Ashley, when you are competing in senior for the first time, it's a totally different ballgame. You've said it before. Everything's different. You're on the big arena. You know, you have the commentators. You have all of these people here watching you. It feels like a completely different experience, and it's unlike any competition you've ever done before, and it's a learning curve.
Yeah, and you feel the weight, the gravity of this event. You're in the same event as Jason Brown, as Ilia Malinin. And it comes with some expectations. You really want to be able to skate up to that challenge, and I just don't really feel like he did that today.
60.30.
So his scores are coming in now. And we're having some technical difficulties with these
Listen,
scores.
sometimes not even the skaters have technical difficulties. Sometimes the tech panel has technical difficulties. And that...
And so he will receive 60.30, and that will put him into 8th place, 2 points.
I think he would have wanted the other score.
Can we go back?
Yes, can I have the first score? He's the bronze medalist from last year. This is Andrew Torgashev. Fabulous. Wow. Actually, he took the quadruple jump out of this short program and decided to just go for a clean program. Like I said, he's coming back from that injury. But these jumps he's doing are just phenomenal, and this isn't even the best part of the program yet. Get ready.
Oh, I have chills. I love this program for him.
Now he has to keep his focus. He has one more jumping pass left. Beautiful triple lutz.
And this is where you see him really sink into this program. Oh,
I mean, this
good.
is world-class skating. We said it before, you have to get as many points as you absolutely can, and today Andrew did exactly that. This performance was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, amazing. Oh,
And you can tell he's just so into this piece of music and that character. This program choreographed by Shay. He's going to stand in the middle of the ice for the rest of this event. That was so good. Choreographed by Shaylin Bourne. This is such a Shay program. Watching him skate through it, he's so committed to every single movement. But it's just really nice to sit back and watch him. It's our job to talk. That being said, some programs you just have to sit back and let them skate. He demands that.
Silence from us. He's demanding it, and we didn't always give it to him because we wanted to sing his praises. And you know, the thing about Andrew is that we've all been so excited for him after this breakthrough. We've all been waiting for it. We knew that he had it in him. And after that skate last season, he's dramatic. And if there's anything I love, it's drama.
Well, this is going to be a dramatic score. It is going to be 88.02, putting him well into first place. A fantastic score for Andrew.
Representing the Skating Club of Boston, here now is Maxim Naumov.
After a 2-year absence from the U.S. Championships, he returned to championship ice last year, finishing 4th, looking to repeat the same magic he created last season. Next to the ice is the 22-year-old out of Norwood, Massachusetts. This is Maxim Naumov. Wow.
What a phenomenal short program. Actually, I've been waiting for Max to skate like this. I love to watch him perform, and I've seen him struggle on so many of these jumps, especially here in practice, really struggling to find his footing, but tonight, not a foot wrong. Yes, he struggled a bit with that triple axel, but he wouldn't let any of these elements go.
And
he
I love seeing a fighter. You know that he knows what he's capable of, and he would not let any of those elements slip up. He really struggled with quad sow this season. He had a huge mistake at Skate America, falling on his opening quad and falling on his triple axel. So to be able to go back out onto competitive ice and put out this program, especially after, you know, Andrew just laid it down right in front of him. And so there's
he stepped up right to the challenge.
Oh, absolutely. And I love that they're two kind of similar skaters in the way that they're not necessarily going after the hardest programs. That being said, Max does have a quad.
And actually, this opening quadruple sow that we're going to see right here, flying across the ice into it, and not only is it huge with so much speed, it doesn't get cleaner than that. It absolutely does not get cleaner than that. That was a flawless textbook quadruple sow. Now on this triple axel, not one of his best jumps. He can get a little bit wild in the air, but you can see, you know, he has the momentum of, I landed a quadruple sow, I'm not going to mess up this triple axel.
Absolutely not. And then finishing up here with his triple S triple toe, this was a crucial jump for him. And just to be able to ride through that edge and pull back into that triple toe. Of course, you want to see a little bit more speed coming out of that triple toe, but he nailed this program today. This was so good.
I think so many of us have been waiting for Max to step up and really just shine when everybody is here watching him. And tonight, I really feel like he did that. If he can take this momentum into the free skate, I mean,
he's gonna be set. Last year, he was 4th at this event. He is such a great nationals skater, and he really needs to start taking that recipe and applying it internationally, because this is the skater that we know he can be under pressure, and then sometimes it just seems like he gets out onto international ice and starts to doubt himself a little bit. So watching him do what we know he can do here, that's a huge step for him.
And actually, you know, he's still so young. He's only 22 years old. There's still so much to learn. He still has so much developing to do. He's still, like, the ceiling of his potential is he's not even close to it yet. If he can keep working, I mean, he's destined for great things.
I couldn't agree more. And for him, it's about avoiding injury. It's really hard on the body to train quads every single day. The amount of force put into these jumps, it really starts to affect your body. That's why we see a lot of athletes getting injuries. He's going to need 88.03 to beat Andrew Torgashev, and he absolutely gets that 89.72. That is good enough for first place.
Actually, I think that's a great score. I think he left a few points on the table with the landings of that combination of the triple axel, but that quadruple sow.
That quad is what put him into first place.
He represents the DuPage Figure Skating Club. Here now is Tomoki Hiwatashi.
He is the 2019 World Junior Champion. He's medaled at this U.S. Championships before, hoping to repeat that success. Back in 2020, he was the U.S. bronze medalist. He trains in Japan. The 24-year-old from Inglewood, New Jersey. This is Tomoki Hiwatashi.
We saw from him last season.
Actually, in practice, I've loved watching this program. Tomoki can be a bit wild, but this is exactly his style.
Opening up with a quad toe. You know, Adam, earlier you mentioned that Tomoki moving to Japan to work with Mai Hamada's team was a really good fit for him, and I couldn't agree more. I feel like usually in years past, if he had made a mistake, the program would completely fall apart. And this just looked so much calmer and more prepared. He was able to make that mistake on the triple axel and reset for the combination. I thought that was a really fantastic improvement from Tomoki.
You know, Ashley, it is crazy to say that it looks calm with the music that we just heard, but you're so right that, you know, like I said, sometimes Tomoki can go out there and it can look a little erratic. And I think that this coaching change has been so good for him because this is the most polished and in control I think I've ever seen him look.
The second that you said erratic, I immediately said, whoa, I hope no one ever calls me erratic. But I think that actually is the perfect way to describe how we've seen him skate in the past. It can be chaos incarnate, and this was a significant improvement. I thought he looked great. I thought he looked steady, and he just went out and checked things off of the list. He's missing some points on the triple axel. He left points out on the table. But I really thought that he got rid of that super crazy swing that we see from him going into the quad toe.
Yes, you can see that right here. Just look, very tidy, nice, tidy and nice and beautiful. My favorite thing to say about all the jumps, but just a stunning quad toe. The triple axel, he does struggle with this a bit, and he usually has either a step out like this or the free leg will drag across the ice. But, you know, again, you want to collect as many points as possible. He has a good recovery here with the triple lutz, triple toe.
You know, I was thinking about this. So he trains in Japan, and it is kind of crazy to imagine that he is dealing with insane Japanese jet lag at his U.S. national championship.
But you know what? I think if he has to suffer with the jet lag to improve his skating this much, it's worth it.
Worth it.
You can sleep later.
It's going to be 81.31. That'll be good enough for third place currently.
And that's a really solid score for Tomoki. He's going to find himself in a really good position. He just needs to keep this energy and focus right into the free skate.
A warm welcome now for our next competitor, representing the Great Lakes Figure Skating Club. Here is Daniel Martynov.
Coming into this event fresh off of a very successful Junior Grand Prix season, he medaled at both of his events. This is his second appearance, and he's working on adding a quad to his repertoire. We won't see it here, but he has his eyes on Milan. Next up, Daniel Martynov.
seasoned competitors that we've just seen in this event so far, but I think for Daniel, he should be really proud of that skate.
I agree. He said that his goal is to be named to the Junior World team here. He is 17 years old and is still eligible for Junior Worlds. He had a fantastic junior season internationally, and he really wants to continue that momentum on to Junior Worlds. And I feel like this is a great way to say that he is deserving of being on that team. He does have an element under review. The judges are going back and looking at his triple flip, triple toe, not about the rotation, but about the edge that his flip takes off on. So a flip, you have to take off on an inside edge, and a Lutz, you have to take off on an outside edge. So the judges will be going back and just watching that edge quality into that jump.
So when we look back and we see what Daniel did, you see that opening bracket into the triple axel.
It's a really difficult transition into the element.
Yes, and he had a little bit of trouble trying to control the landing of that triple axel, but you know what? He's a solid competitor. He's strong. He comes back. This triple Lutz, just, it's textbook. It's exactly what you're looking for when you're doing these triple jumps. Now, right here on this triple flip, you want to look at the entrance edge. It gets a little flat, right? So I think that it looks okay, but it's really up to the technical panel, and it looks like they're going to give it an edge call.
And he has been working on the quad, and when we asked him whether or not we were going to expect to see it here in the competition, he said it was not going to be in his short program and that he was going to play it by ear, see how it's going in practice, and decide day of whether or not he's going to compete it in the free skate. Daniel sitting in the kiss and cry with his parents who coach him, but he recently did make the move to Florida. Now working with Nikolai Morozov. Scores coming in now. He needs 89.73 for the lead. It won't be quite that. 77.53. That'll be good enough currently for 5th place. A great start for Daniel here, and like you said, just a little bit of that junior skating holds him back. He needs to up the technical, but a look at current standings. I mean, this event, this men's short program has been fantastic so far.
It's just been so good. Max Naumov, that quadruple sow, just really, really making a case for himself. Andrew Torgashev, just so solid. Tomoki Hiwatashi, really, it's just so great to see him skate well at nationals again. And you see Goku Endo still rounding out the top 4.
A great start to the event here in Columbus. We are going to have a quick ZAM break, and then we will return for Group 3 here at the U.S. National Figure Skating Championships.
I'm popping back to my good friend, 2014 Olympian, Polina Evans. Polina, in a matter of 4 seconds, break down what we've seen so far. You did it under 4 seconds. Well done. The reason you only have 4 seconds is I got to tell you about this. There's a fantastic local artist who did something that I have never seen before. Some people who work in canvases and oils. She works in skates.
Welcome back to the 2024 Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Championships here in Columbus, Ohio. The final group of men taking the ice now for this short program.
Ashley, there's some big names in this warm-up. A lot of people we've been looking forward to watching here at the U.S. Championships.
Kapeikis. Jimmy Ma. Jason Brown. Camden Pulkinen. Ilia Malinin. Skaters, your warm-up begins now.
And the men are off. All right, Adam, we have to talk about this group. It is absolutely star-studded. We have the quad god, Ilia Malinin. We have Jason Brown. We have Camden Pulkinen. Jimmy Mont turned down for what?
Exactly. Turned down for what? That is the question that everybody will be asking tonight. To you.
To me.
You know, Ashley, this warm-up, yeah, like you said, a lot of stars, a lot of people we've been looking forward to seeing. Probably the biggest name in this warm-up, not probably, it is Ilia Malinin. Ilia's had an amazing season so far. Yeah, he's been taking it slow and steady on the Grand Prix. He came away with the gold at the Grand Prix final. He landed the quadruple axel in the short program. First quadruple axel ever done in a short program, which also does sound like a fake thing. Like, I cannot believe we're saying quadruple axel.
Yeah, we're quadruple axel. You won't be seeing it in the short program. He will potentially be competing it in the free skate. He's going to decide whether or not it's worth the effort and the energy after this short program. But on your screen now, Liam Kapeikis out of Wenatchee, Washington, actually trained across the border. His family moved up just south of the Canadian border, and he goes back and forth into Canada every single day to
train with his coaching team. And now on your screen, this is Jimmy Ma. Jimmy is from New York. He trains in Boston with a coaching team that has a lot of students here. Now, Jimmy is definitely a favorite of the U.S. Championships here, a crowd favorite. Jimmy has the potential to really end up in the top 5 here at the U.S. Championships, but sometimes he can get a bit wild, a bit inconsistent. He can overpower his jumps, but if Jimmy can really take it slow, you know, Jimmy could do some really great and entertaining things here. You know, he's taking on a comedic approach, which I think that he'd do really naturally, but he says that it's been a real challenge and it's really pushing him in a different direction.
I agree. When I heard him say that he was pushing himself with a comedic program, I was really surprised.
Well, I went, that has to be the joke.
That he's such a jokester.
Yeah, he has to be lying. Somebody who would never lie
is
on
Jason
the screen.
Brown.
Jason Brown. He would never tell a lie. Now, Jason, he is probably one of the most well-respected skaters in the world, Ashley.
I mean, Jason is the professional skater in this event. We have not seen him compete at all this season. He was at the Japan Open event, but that is kind of like a show event. It's a free skate only competition. That's the only time that we've seen him on competitive ice this season. He spends the rest of his time performing in shows, and that's what makes him stand out. He doesn't need to compete. Last year, he took the same approach where he performed in shows all season, showed up at nationals, was fantastic, and then went on, qualified for Worlds, and had a fantastic World Championships.
Now, on your screen right now is Camden Pulkinen. He's another skater that we're just waiting to step up to the opportunity. I mean, if he can land jumps like that, he absolutely will. Camden has so much potential. You know, in the Olympic season, he was 5th at the U.S. Championships and then ended up going to the World Championships again, placing 5th.
And then guess what? This season, both of his Grand Prix, he was 5th. No man loves 5th place more than Camden Pulkinen. But like you were saying, he is so talented, and he's an athlete where we've just been waiting and waiting and waiting for him to put it together, and we're going to have to see what he does here on this competitive ice. But this is the man that everyone is really here to watch, Ilia Malinin, the quad god himself, quad axel king, skating out of Vienna, Virginia. He's trained by his parents. He's since added Raphael Artunian, Nathan Chen's coach, to his team.
And, you know, Ashley, all season I've been really impressed with Ilia's strategy. You know, he hasn't been adding the hardest quads or doing the hardest programs that he is capable of. Yes, they are still the hardest ones in the event for the most part, but he's been really taking his time. He's been trying to really improve the presentation and the interpretation of the music, his skating quality. I mean, when you're out here on the ice with some skaters like Jason Brown, who are one of the best skaters of, I mean, maybe of all time, of a generation, you really need to step up. You know, skating is how Jason gets his points, and Ilia to be really bulletproof when he goes to these international events. Really, he doesn't want any weaknesses, and his skating internationally is his biggest weakness.
I love how you said he was taking a really slow and steady approach to his Grand Prix season. He's coming into this event with a Grand Prix win and a second place finish. Slow and steady.
But you know, Ashley, like at Skate America, he did not try the quadruple axel. He saved the quadruple axels for the Grand Prix final. And I think that's just been really smart. Yes, the results, they haven't been slow and steady. They've been, you know, up at the top. He's been super competitive all year, but he's been just focusing, and you could just feel that he's trying to get this momentum to do his best at the World Championships.
Well, he's skating like a professional as well. He isn't just going out and doing a quad axel for the sake of doing a quad axel. He's really weighing the risk versus the reward. Do I need it here? He's starting to skate smart, and I feel like that's what's starting to make him stand out as a top-tier athlete. And not just top-tier on this current circuit. Top-tier as in he will be one of the names that we talk about for years to come. The final group of men working their way off the ice. We will see Jason Brown and Ilia later on in this group.
Representing the Wenatchee Figure Skating Club, let's welcome Kapeikis.
He is the 2020 U.S. Junior Bronze medalist. This is his third senior national championships. He was 6th last year, 19 years old. This is Liam Kapeikis. But like a lot of the men in here, his strategy is to skate solidly and clean with beautiful triples. Into this triple axel. Just not finding his center.
Really off his axis in the air. Hanging on to this final jumping pass, that combination was critical.
Yeah, actually, he got the job done with the combination, but he's really not going to get a lot of points. He's looking to get a triple at the end of that triple Lutz.
a really great start for Liam. A couple of his elements are under review. Of course, that triple axel
Is going to end up costing him. But I just wasn't entirely sold on this short program as a vehicle that helps him shine. I feel like the music was a little bit heavy. He was 6th at this event last year. He's a fantastic skater. And watching him, he has the flow. He flies across the ice. He has really nice extension. And I just don't think that this short program highlights what makes him special.
You know, it's hard to get out here at the U.S. Championships. I definitely, that is not the skate that he was looking for. You know, he opened this program up really nice with that opening triple flip, which, you know, we'll see that right here. He was really, he carries great speed across the ice. Really interesting approach, but the great height, beautiful exit on that triple flip, and this is where the problems began.
Headed into this triple axel. I love this entrance, but then you watch him so off of his axis. You really ideally want to be straight up and down so that you can land straight up and down. When you go into this and you swing that side over with so much power and you are sideways in the air, it makes it very difficult to put jumps down with control.
You know, just overpowering that triple lutz and not able to get a really nice running edge to do the triple toe on the end of that combo. So not only is he getting a lower base value, he's going to get some GOE taken off of the grade of execution of how well that element was done, because it was not done to the best of his ability.
He has really struggled this season. He was 8th at Skate Canada, 9th in Finland, and he's a very capable athlete. But when you're going out in the short program and you're not competing a quad, it's about skating as crisp and clean as possible. I always like to call it the Jason Brown approach, because if you don't have a quad, you have to be perfect. And when you leave these points on the table, it's not an effective strategy.
You know, actually, that's exactly right. And you say, you know, if you're not going to do a quad, you need that strategy. And it's because even if with a mistake with the quad, you will still get so many points.
72.44, that's going to put him currently into 6th place.
Boston, let's welcome Jimmy Ma.
He had his best U.S. Championships finish last year in San Jose, where he finished 5th. He struggled a bit this season to keep up that momentum, finished 9th and 11th at both of his Grand Prix. He's looking to turn this season around. Here is Jimmy Ma. Opening up with a huge element for him, quad toe. And just a little wild. This is the kind of mistakes that we see him make often under pressure. Adam, despite that first mistake that he made on his opening quad, I feel like he was able to really keep the program together afterwards.
Yeah, actually, this really could have gone a completely different direction, and sometimes it has gone that way for Jimmy Ma. But after that first mistake, he collected himself. He did a really nice combination. Yes, the axle wasn't perfect, but he stayed on his feet. He's still going to get a good amount of points for that element. So, you know, not perfect, but a really solid effort.
I mean, any program that starts off with a little booty smack.
Right. I don't, you know, not enough people are smacking their butt before they start a program at a major national event.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that needs to change.
I think, and I'm glad that Jimmy is at the forefront of that change.
He is so brave. But he did tell us this has been his most disappointing senior season since he first moved up. It seems like every single event, one program is, okay, there you go, a little butt smack. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. And he did say one program seems to go really well.
I have no idea what he was doing in the opening of that.
Neither did he, though.
So on this quadruple toe loop, really great height, but he's just overpowered that beginning tap into the air. So he gets the height, but he lacks the control.
Yeah, that torque. And that's why he's such a fast rotator. That's why I had no doubt this triple was going to be completely fine for him. He rotates fast. His jumps are huge. That is because he has so much power. He doesn't always control that power, and you see here that upper body dropping down. That's going to take away from that grade of execution. He's losing almost a point in GOE on his triple axel. He just lacks control when he needs it most, and under pressure, you really start to see him make those mistakes. And so just a reminder, benchmark scores, good 80 to 88, great 88 to 100, phenomenal Ilia Malinin, Jason Brown, who will be up next. Those are the kinds of scores that we're seeing, 100 plus. That's when you are throwing out down the most perfect technical or challenging technical, and then on top of that, you're getting the grade of execution. You're getting that second mark, the skating skills, the complexity of movement throughout your program. It needs to be dynamic. It needs to be complex. And that's really how you start seeing skaters put together those scores pushing past 100.
The short program score for Jimmy Ma, 76.54.
So 76.54 for Jimmy Ma. That's going to put him down currently in 6th place. Definitely capable of more, but figure skating is a two-part event. He can reset and head into the free skate.
Representing the Skokie Valley Skating Club, here is Jason Brown.
You can just feel the energy change in this building with this next skater. He is a U.S. champion. He's an Olympic bronze medalist, one of the most well-respected skaters in the entire world. Trains in Toronto with Tracy Wilson and Brian Orser. This is the 29-year-old Jason Brown.
Costly mistake there on that opening triple axel.
Effortless skating into this beautiful triple flip. stunning positions in these spins. Ashley, it doesn't get better than this kind of skating.
And you can just hear the audience getting into this program, clapping along. He is one of those skaters that makes you feel every moment of it. I mean, stunning.
Stunning. You know, Ashley, you can see the audience standing up. There was a fall in that first jump, and you know what? It doesn't matter because this was a master class in skating.
I wanted to say that at the beginning of this program because he's a professional skater. He reminds me of a fresh take on 90s skating where they would go and compete on a professional circuit and then, you know, every now and then come back to competition, but skate in shows and then compete. He is just such a pro. Yes, there was the mistake on the triple axel. Do I care?
No.
No.
Ashley, this is what it's all about. You can go out, you have absolutely complete control over an audience, which Jason does. He told us that last season, you know, he competed just at the U.S. Championships and the World Championships, but he told us that before that he had done 100 shows. He had performed 100 times.
And that kind of practice pays off. It's almost better practice than what you would get just at a normal rink because not only are you training, but you're practicing performing. And that's what you see here with Jason. He is a performer. Yes, you have to go out and nail the technical. Today was not perfect. This triple axel here is where he did make one mistake. But beyond that, it's really something that I forgive him for.
And you know what? He'll be forgiven just because that, you know, that split jump right before this beautiful triple flip, that is so difficult because there is no change of speed. He doesn't lose any power whatsoever. The beautiful steps into this triple Lutz, triple toe. Really, they just covered the entire ice. But really, this is where Jason shines. This is where he shows us that he's one of the best skaters that we've ever seen at the U.S. Championships. The quality of skating, the beautiful spins right here, the turns, the quality of this performance is truly unmatched.
Absolutely, and I think he's one of my favorite skaters of all time. I just want to watch him skate. I don't need him to jump. He does technically need to jump at these events, but I just want to watch him.
Yeah, he technically has to, but
required.
But this is why he's going to get an 89.
89.02. That is going to put him behind Max, which is a huge moment for Max. And for Jason, it's all about resetting and going into that free skate. I am a little bit surprised to see him behind Max, though.
You know, Max did land that quadruple jump and a triple axel. Falling on that is still a lot of missing points.
Absolutely. He did have the technical on him, and Jason, that second mark carries him. But five just might be his lucky number. He was fifth at the 2022 World Championships and fifth at both of his Grand Prix this season. A senior at Columbia, he's splitting his time between LA, working with Rafael Artunian, and New York City. He is 23 and from Scottsdale, Arizona. This is Camden Pulkinen.
Camden's had a lot of ups and downs this season, but if he can pull it together, he can really make a case for himself.
It's coming down to this opening quad. This is a crucial element for him.
hangs on.
So much speed.
So much speed, so much ice coverage in that triple axel, just phenomenally done. Was really off on that first triple lutz, but pulls it together, gets the combination done.
And now he can just send it. With Camden, you never really know what you're going to get from him, and I thought today was a great start for him.
You know, Ashley, this is probably the best we've seen Camden all season.
Absolutely, absolutely. He does have one element under review, his spins.
You know, it's never good to have the spins into review, but you know what? Opened up with that really nice quadruple tulip. He took his time. I said that axle was done phenomenally. I don't know if that's a word, but I do know.
I think it is.
Is it a word?
It is
phenomenally.
a word.
Aren't you supposed to say phenomenally well done? Can it be done phenomenally?
It's a beautiful, great, tidy, great, beautiful.
Phenomenally.
Phenomenally done quad toe. I want to highlight the triple axle.
Yeah.
He flew across the ice. It was massive.
Yes, and you know what? This is the skating that we really want to see from Camden. We want to see this high-level, high-quality skating. You know, at that World Championships that he was 5th, I just want to remind everyone that in the free skate, he was 3rd. Camden has the potential to be on a world podium.
He gets in his own way sometimes, though, and he can get a little bit crazy. Those landings weren't absolutely perfect.
The
Ilia
last
Malinin
skater of this event.
on the ice, warming up. We won't see the quad axle from him, but he does have 2 planned quads. But from Camden, I think that's something he should be really, really happy with.
Oh, I think he and his coach, Alex Johnson, are going to be really pleased with this short program. Camden's really struggled this season on the Grand Prix, and to come here at Nationals and open with this really, really strong quadruple toe.
I wasn't entirely sure how that was going to go. He tapped so quick and didn't have the reach you're expecting to see, but he pulled it off.
It came out of nowhere, but this triple axel, just look at the distance he gets on that jump.
It's massive. And then he finished off with this combination, and this is where sometimes we see him make silly mistakes. Not today. He held on to that.
I mean, I'll take
You know, that's really important for Camden because the tap of that triple lutz just slipped out from underneath him, but he was able to keep strong and keep it up.
So it will be 87.90. That's going to put him into 4th place with 1 more skater to go. So finishing off in the top 6, and we will see him in the final warm-up group.
in the free skate.
Representing the Washington Figure Skating Club, ladies and gentlemen, our next competitor, Ilia Malinin.
Now this is the man of the hour. He won the Grand Prix final this season. He's the reigning U.S. national champion. He was bronze at the World Championships last year. The 19-year-old from Virginia. This is Ilia Malinin. Effortless.
Up next is one of the most difficult combinations that you see in competition, a quad lutz triple toe.
Actually, as impressive as these jumps are, and they are impressive, I am more impressed with how he is skating. There is so much improvement in his artistry, in his musicality, and in his interpretation of the music. Easy triple axel. And this is where you can see that work that he's done with incredible choreographer Shay on his skating. It really comes through.
That is his famous raspberry twist.
And that's how you skate when you're on your way to trying to win a world title and repeat as national champion.
That was phenomenal. That quad lutz triple toe, that is the most difficult quad combination that you are going to see in competition. And to just go, his quads are so easy. Sometimes I have to do a double check to make sure that he's not doing triples.
I know. Sometimes they do look a little too easy.
And you know how you know that he's doing quads? It's the elements that look easier. That's a quad.
Literally.
That's crazy. I mean, I never thought that I would watch this kind of skating in my lifetime.
No. And you know, Ashley, like I said, I think we've all become accustomed to him landing these quadruple jumps so easily, but I was really impressed with the quality of his performance and his skating, especially in the beginning of this program. He just looked so in control.
Oh, the command. I mean, he has said he's aware that he needs to work on that second mark, on his skating skills, but this opening quad toe, so easy.
Downgrading his program to still an incredibly difficult quadruple toe, and then right here into this quadruple lutz. The height, the speed.
Was that the most perfect landing? No, but it was a fantastic element. He knows that he needs to work on the second mark, though, and he puts in the work. Going out, working with Shay Born in California a couple times so far this season. He has considered making a move out to LA so that he can be around her a little bit more. If this is what he looks like with working with Shay a couple times, could you imagine if we got to see a version of him where he gets to work with her almost daily?
I mean, I would really love to see that because, you know, he has this, you know, magnetic, charismatic, charming personality on the ice, and sometimes just that boyishness just peeks through.
He's got that, like, puppy dog charm that I just find so, it's charming.
Yes, but you know what? If you really want to command the ice like someone with the likes of, like, Shoma Uno, you can't break character.
Absolutely not. Score's coming in now, and that is a mammoth score, 108.57. That's going to put him into first place. That is huge.
That's a huge score. The highest score we've ever seen at the U.S. Championships is 115.39 from Nathan Chen in 2022, but 108. That is a phenomenal
Chen at his
score.
best, at his peak, at the end of his career after years of working on the skating skills and the quads. He's pulling a 108 at the start of his career.
Oh, you know what, Ashley, there's just, you know, the sky's the limit with Ilia Malinin, and I'm just so impressed with, you know, the field that he's in and with the pressure that he's under to come here and deliver it. And you can see right here in the results a commanding lead.
Oh, he is set up for this free skate. I'm excited to be able to sit back and just watch him jump.
Oh, me too. And this last warm-up is just going to be so fun to watch. Ilia Malinin leading the group. Maxim Naumov, excellent skate. In second place, really the surprise of the night, that quadruple sow really pulling through. In third place, everybody's favorite skater, Jason Brown. In fourth, Andrew Torgashev.
That was one of my favorite skates of the night. Andrew's program was fantastic. Camden also, it's a relief. I'm so happy to see him skate the way that he did. Rounding out the top six, Tomoki Hiwatashi to finish off that final warm-up group that we will see in the men's short program. And that's a wrap